Blind Slough Road. So here's our waterway access. And there's the bridge, the railroad bridge. Okay. This last piling actually appears to be in decent shape. It's muddy, but it appears to be in decent shape. The docks too, they need to be cleaned up, but the wood itself is showing very little rot. And the stringers, the stringers are what I would consider to be undersized, but these are, you can see here's a stringer. They're lightweight structures that are connected to this dock, so it might be adequate. And these pilings are capable of being sleeved, potentially. Instead of replacing them, you sleeve them with steel pilings. Okay. Now, certainly a nice improvement in this waterway is going to be to eventually move this to some newer decking, make it a little more uniform. And there's a couple of boards that do need to be replaced that I can see. And this older float needs to be replaced. Not replaced, gotten rid of, I guess. Disposed of. The head pilings are in, I would say, less than serviceable condition, particularly that last piling for obvious reasons. The walkway coming up, very narrow, appears to still be functional, but would be a nice improvement to widen this for accessibility reasons. Now, somebody captured an old log and has tied it to the shoreline. Not sure where it came from, but it's a monster. Overall, could be just absolutely a wonderful little marina operation here. It would be very easy. I shouldn't say very easy, because nothing on the water is easy, but it would be, there's some low-hanging fruit here. You know, replacing the railing, or at least cleaning the railing up. Doing a bit more with the shoreline, particularly next to these entrances. You could certainly make it look a lot more aesthetically appealing. On the far corner of the property, we have these, well, there may be power on the far corner of the property because I actually see an electrical junction box and a light, and this is where that power cord was coming from, as well as an outbuilding and a trailer, a tractor trailer. Of course, unfortunately, the tractor end of it, or the semi, is gone and not present. And here we see an older boathouse with a nice side float with newer decking. Okay. Now the roof on, let's pan over here so you can see this. The roof on the structure appears to be newer. It's definitely been replaced in the last 5 years. Minimal to no moss on that roof line. House is vinyl, so that'll clean up very nicely. And then we come over here, and this is the center dock right in front of the house. Now the center dock, interesting enough, is built on, it looks like a poly tube set up for the dock. And this is nice and wide, definitely in need of some renewing. The deck itself feels solid, but it is dirty. And this ramp is in need of replacement. The hardware is rusty and appears to be still servicing the ramp, but I'd certainly think that this would be a nice improvement. I can say I've never seen what appears to be plastic PVC pilings. Now they may have sleeved the original pilings to extend, but I can't say I've ever seen that done that way. You can see here that one of the pilings was short, and they added some 2x material just to lengthen that piling. Now, because this falls in the DSL envelope, what would be a huge improvement to this dock space down here would be to go ahead and re-sleeve all these pilings and build a new dock down here. You can see how wide this is and how much water space is not being used. Then also check with the county to see what the restrictions are for the number of boats that can be put down here. There's an old non-serviceable gangway, it appears. Now let's go take a look at the third and final dock down here. There's some parking off to the right of the house. Room for, I'd say, 2 to 3 cars up here. And then as well, additional parking down below. Now, I'd certainly like to have this confirmed by the listing agent, but I do see that there's power out here. I also do see that there's a gate, and this might be a delineation of the property line. Now, I don't believe that this is included in the sale. I could be wrong, and we may need additional clarity here. Now, they are being serviced separately by power meters. It says private property, no trespassing. So prior to entering this space, I would need to clarify with the listing agent. I will see if I can reach her and get permission to walk down there. Again, I'm not sure that this is included in the sale or that this is even on the property. These docks appear to be in better condition with a newer gangway or ramp. And these are definitely floating structures. Cabins serviced by power. I'm not sure about water.